So I had a couple of requests on YouTube from some of you wanting to see more footage of the dash cam that I fitted to my Jaguar XF, and here's some pictures of it. So I thought I'd start with some morning shots and then afternoon shots and then evening shots. And this is a morning shot. I'm busy driving to the shop to go and buy some milk when I came across some cows. And as you can see, the sun is behind me. There's not much reflection on the windshield from the dashboard, but when the sun shines on the dashboard, there is a little bit of reflection with that center speaker coming up right in your center line of view. So someone was actually asking about this, and I never really paid much attention to reflections on the windshield, but now I am. So if you have this problem, I would recommend buying the polarizer that you can actually get for $9.99. It's made for dash cams. You can put that on your dash cam, and it's actually magnetic, but I don't know if it will actually fit magnetically onto our dash cam. I would have to see that once I get one. But if it doesn't, you can just take some silly putty and just stick it on. I doubt it will just fall off, but you could see there that I did have some reflection here. Again, I've got some reflection. I'm now coming back from the store, having purchased my milk, and you can see some reflection from the dash on the left side, and then you'll see when I get down the hill there's some reflection again on the right hand side. So there is some reflection, but it doesn't really take away from what the camera is still recording. You can still see what's going on in front of you. So I don't think this one is as bad as the one guy who was actually asking me about this. But again, if you had a polarizer on it, you would see no reflection whatsoever. You will see nothing but crystal clear footage in front of you. So I would recommend getting one of these for your car, one of those little polarizers. So as you could see, the car that was in front of me, you can see the license plate is very clear, and I think that's probably one of the things you want to see. And right now the dash cam is recording in 1080p. It does have that higher setting of I think it's 1920p, and you can set it that, but honestly I haven't really seen much difference between 1080p and 1920p. So this is why I set it at 1080p, and it saves some space on my SD card without it getting full. I did have an issue with it the other day, that I've realized that when the SD card gets full, it doesn't want to carry on loop recording. So the loop recording function I don't think is working properly, and what it tends to do is the dash cam says, well, the card is full, so I'm not going to switch myself on, and I'm not going to turn myself off either. It goes into this limbo state where it draws power from your car. So you've got to keep an eye on that. I was lucky and fortunate that my battery didn't go flat, but what I do now is once a week I just flash the SD. I go in on the app and I just reformat it, because I don't really have any footage on there that I want to keep anyway. I mean, the only time you're going to keep footage is if you have an accident, or if someone in front of you has an accident, right? So this is a video that was taken at dusk, and I was driving pretty fast to get home, and you can see that there's no pixelation and fuzziness. It's pretty clear. And I had an older dash cam that when it would be dusk, it took great footage at night and great footage during the day. But when it started to become dusk, for some reason it couldn't compensate for that change in light and that difference between either being pitch black dark or being very, very bright. So this camera does a very, very good job of compensating for that, and it does have that Sony camera in it with the Amberella processor. So I think the two go very well together, hand in glove. So this footage in particular, I think, is a good example of the fact that you aren't going to lose anything. And even in this footage, you can see the reflection of the dashboard in the windshield. Once again, if you have a polarizer, you're not going to see that. I do know that a polarizer sometimes, especially when you point a camera with a polarizer at a digitized screen, like a TV screen or a radio screen, it makes weird lines and reflections. But it really shouldn't do it on your windshield, for example. So here again, you can hear the sound that it records in the car is actually very good. It picks up conversations, it picks up your stereo, any music you're playing, and it will also pick up anything that happens in terms of, let's say, a road rage incident. You know, if someone comes and bangs on your window and they, you know, shouting insults, you'll be able to record all that as well. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I'm going to do some more videos coming up in the near future on the LED indicator bulbs, and there'll also be some coming up on the ghost lighting that I want to install on the doors. So I hope you guys will find that helpful, and I appreciate you guys watching.